RuneScape is a game that leaves many rooted in nostalgia. In this mini-series, I am trying to travel back in time to the best of my capabilities to experience different bosses in RuneScape from their era. I have taken on Bandos at God Wars with a setup from 2011, and then for my last video, I took on pre-eoc early release Nex with a gear setup strictly from that era. I failed to solo, but I ended up getting the duo kill. But for this episode, I wanted to up the difficulty even more, and what better way to do that than try to complete one of 2012's hardest PVM challenges. And that challenge is the Fight Kiln. Let's take a quick look at the history of the Fight Kiln. Now, while the Fight Kiln wasn't as hard as something like Zuck is today in old school RuneScape, it still was difficult, especially for the time, and for most players during that era. Keep in mind, in 2012, a lot of us were much less efficient and way less skilled than we are today. Most people playing RuneScape during this era were probably similar to my age, being as I was 14 or 15 at the time. Some of you may have been a bit older, some of you a bit younger. Most of us, when we were like 14, we weren't masterclass PVMers, and something like the Fight Kiln was very difficult for a lot of people. I remember seeing a video release like on release, and none other than the iconic PVMer himself, Wooks, completed the Fight Kiln during release, and the video was just crazy. I think I remember watching it and I was just like, okay, there's no way I can do this. While I was never able to complete the Fight Kiln back in 2012, I'm coming back for redemption today, as I'm going to channel my inner 14-year-old self and give it my best shot with gear from that era. But first, why did people do the Fight Kiln in the first place? So the Fight Kiln to me is truly an iconic fight, and like I said, it's a great challenge that I personally never completed, but the Fight Kiln was not just popular because of the challenge, it was popular because of the rewards you got for completing it. This reward was the Tow Car Call Cape, the most powerful cape in RuneScape at the time, boasting a whopping +8 strength bonus compared to the Fire Cape's +4. This cape was a must-have for all PVMers and PKers alike. I remember back during this time in PvP, if you saw somebody with this cape, you were immediately scared for your life and knew you were going to die. At least that's how it was for me. I don't know if anyone remembers the PKer Taco Limey who made videos back in this era, but I used to watch him all the time back then, and this cape gives me such nostalgia for that era of RuneScape, especially PvP. So here's the plan. I'll be going to Legacy mode to get as authentic as an experience as I can. I want to try to make this as close as possible to how it was in 2012 during the Fight Kiln release. I want to get as close as I can get, at least while playing on the main RuneScape servers. This means I'll be switching to Legacy combat mode, and I'll also be switching my interface to Legacy mode as well. Now, although Legacy is a little different than combat was in 2012, it's the best option I have for this. So next and most importantly, I need a guide. I have no idea what to use from 2012. I'm not even sure what items were the best in slot or what items would be easy to get. So what I ended up doing was going to the trusty Wayback Machine and scouring the web for guides from this era. I ended up on the trusty RuneScape Tidbit website, the site that has never failed me yet for a guide for all of these past bosses, and they had a Fight Kiln guide from 2012 just waiting for me to use. So looking at the guide, and wow, it was really nostalgic. Ganodermic was just released a few months prior to the Fight Kiln coming out, and this armor seriously changed PVMing during this time. The same thing happened with the Armadyl Battle Staff for Magic, which was also released about a year prior. The Storm of Armadyl spell was a very powerful spell from this era, and I believe that's what we're going to be using when we use this guide. We also have the Chaotic Rapier in the inventory, and the Chaotic Kite Shield, and the Farseer Kite Shield, all from Dungeoneering, which I still think are some of the best looking shields in RuneScape. The only problem we have is we can't actually wield a staff and a shield anymore because the staff is classified as a two-handed weapon now, so we'll have to equip one or the other. So I think the plan is to use the staff, but then keep the shield in my inventory. If I do switch to melee with a rapier, I can use a shield, so I think we're gonna plan on that. As for the rest of the setup, it looks like I should be able to obtain all of this pretty easily. If we look down at our strategy, I actually am gonna need to brush up on all this stuff because I did do the Fight Kiln before in RuneScape, but it was in such a different era with such different gear, and of course it's using EOC abilities, so I'm very curious to see how this goes using the old combat system or legacy and using this 2012 gear. So let's go get geared up. And here we are, fully geared up. This actually costs quite a bit more than I expected because of the Armadillo battle staff has gone up quite a lot in recent years since the Essence of Finality came out on RuneScape. It's a pretty good spec nowadays. I got basically everything exactly the same as the guide except a few small things like the cape. I used a skill cape instead, which is worse I believe, and then I have a dragon pick instead of an Inferno adze, so everything is exactly the same or a little bit worse, and I have a full pack yak and we are ready to go. But I do want to note something very important. I was made aware that the Fight Kiln was updated in 2016, and if we look at the news post from 2016, it says, all monsters within the Fight Kiln have been buffed in life points and damage. The most notable are the Tokar Jad going from 7,900 life points all the way to 40,000, and the har-aken going from 48,000 life points to 150,000. So yeah, this was made because after EOC, the Fight Kiln became really unbalanced and much easier, so they did this to be able to buff it, but in turn that makes legacy combat even harder because now everything is much higher health and deals more damage. So in all honesty, this might be kind of an impossible challenge with this gear, but this video isn't about showcasing my PVM skill or even clearing the whole Fight Kiln. It's about the history and the fun of attempting something like this with old gear, so I'm gonna give it my best shot for you guys, and I hope I can at least make it to fight a Jad or two. But with this gear and legacy combat along with the HP buffs, it's probably gonna be close to impossible, but hey, let's see how it goes, and I'll channel my inner Wooks. Alright, here we go. We're into the Fight Kiln. I mean, we're doing fine so far, but obviously one of the big things is I can't see my buffs. There's like no buff bar, so I actually have to remember to check. It's so weird. Like, I honestly, like, this feels a lot like 2010. It's not horrible. Obviously, the Carol's crossbow is a lot different than it was. It doesn't have the same sort of effect, but hey, we do what we can. I did get the two-hand crossbows, so I'm not dual wielding because you could get the dual wield, but that doesn't feel like it fits. I think we have to break its armor. It's hurt. Okay, yeah, we do. We have to break its armor, and now we can kill it with mage, I think. Yeah. Okay, yeah, those things, I remember those. Those are annoying. Okay, I think this wave is going to be hard to... Okay. Should be hitting decently. Oh, we have a Jad. Oh my gosh, I'm about to die. No, please. I was not expecting a Jad. Okay, okay, give me a second. Give me a second, please. Hold on. Just please give me a second, Jad. I did not expect a Jad. Okay, I didn't. Come on, please. Okay. Oh my god, I'm panicking like it's like... What do I even use to kill Jad? Mage? I was trying range, but it didn't seem to Didn't seem to be doing that great. Oh yeah, Mage is doing much better. Okay. Oh my gosh, that I was starting to panic there because I did not realize that Jad was coming this early. At least we'll hopefully be able to say we killed Jad. There we go. Okay. We've killed Jad. Let's see if we can soul split up now. Okay, we've got a cutscene. All right, wave 17. Okay, so we do have a meleeer now. I'm gonna try to kill this ranger, and then the meleeer I'll try to get trapped, I guess. And then we'll go over here, and I think, yeah. So the meleeer's trapped now, so we should be good to soul split that for some health after we kill these, or maybe it's not trapped. Thought he was trapped. I can get him trapped behind here. I think. Yep. Nice. So moving on to wave 18, I believe. All right, he's trapped. Oh, we've got a ranger over there too. See if he stays trapped. He doesn't. Okay, we'll bring him around. Just got meleeed there. Coulda. Okay, let's just swap to this and start killing the majors. So I think this next wave is actually going to be hard, I believe. So I think there's one of those like things that you have to use your pickaxe on. So we're passing my time now. You can see the timer went red for 26 minutes. That's my time to do the Fight Kiln with EOC gear. So you can kind of see how the difficulty has ramped up for using Legacy. That when I completed it, we're basically halfway done. Okay, I forgot this guy has this weird... Oh my gosh. I don't even know how you avoid that. Okay, let's take from my yak. We've got Bruise for now. Yep, okay. We're gonna just go for the Jad then. I'm gonna switch to Mage. Oh, okay, so we made it past there, so we're gonna get another cutscene here. Next wave. I've made it farther than I thought, honestly, so I'd say this is a success. Okay, we've just got more. I'm gonna try to kill this guy with mage, just so I don't really have to go in melee distance. Now I can walk back, and I should be able to soul split these guys. This is really nice. Okay, so we're about to go into wave 28, which I think is going to... I think I'm going to die here, guys. I've got to be honest with you. So I believe this wave has all those little guys that you have to basically mine, like you have to use the pickaxe on them. Okay, so now I'm going to put on all this, and we're going to one by one try to kill these. So I'm... Okay, we've got 3 more. Come on. Break it. Okay, we broke it. Okay. Well, we're almost out of our yak, so let's hope this next wave is much easier. Oh my gosh. Alright, so we've just got 1 million. Okay, actually, this isn't too bad at all, actually. So I believe I can just, yeah, okay, that's nice. I can just save spot. And these guys die so fast because the armadillo staff is just so good. Okay. So I'm gonna use this crystal of magic. Oh my gosh. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't. And we died to Jed. Oh dang. That's how we go out, huh? I got so distracted by the other guys that I used the crystal. I wanted to use the crystal, and then I got hit by a jet attack right when he spawned, and then the prayers, you know, switching to the prayer book and not using... I'm so used to using keybinds for my prayers. I think I clicked my magic keybind. I think I clicked my F1, which EOC is my magic keybind. So we did die. We made it to wave 30. I am pretty happy with that. You know, I think this was a cool visit back down memory lane. If I remember correctly, the har-aken is actually probably the easiest part of the kiln, and the waves leading up, all the jads, is the hardest part, so man, I'm pretty happy with our performance. So yeah, let me know below what boss you want to see me revisit next from pre-EOC and recreate. I thought this was really a fun video, and I spent a long time editing it and making it. So if you enjoyed it, consider leaving a like, because that'll get it out to more people and just all around helps the video's performance. So thank you so much to everyone that watched, and I'll leave a link at the end of the video and in the description to the previous video where I looked at Nex, and then the one before where I did Bandos. So thanks for watching everyone, and I'll see you in the next video.